The man vanished like smoke before her eyes. After 3 hours, she still saw no trace of him. Just as the girl was about to abandon her search for the beloved hat, suddenly a strange voice called out from the side. Turns out, someone was trying to flirt. He snatched her hat just to help clean it. Seeing her sincere attitude, he returned the hat willingly. So the girl had no intention of arguing with him. Annie subtly realized in her heart that this might be a pick-up attempt. But since she was a foreign tourist and had just experienced a mugging, even knowing it was a misunderstanding put her on edge. As she was about to turn away, her watch magically appeared in his hand. How did you do that? Oh, magicians never reveal their secrets, unless they've had a strong cup of coffee. Seeing Annie hesitate, the man quickly suggested tonight would work too. It didn't have to be right now. Take your time. You can keep this little secret to yourself. If you decide to come, meet me at 8:30. If not, I hope you enjoy my little prince. Deep down, Annie was not too keen on getting involved with some guy who mugged her right when they first met, even if he did return her hat. He charmed girls with his gentlemanly and humorous ways, but she didn't lose her head to sweet talk. In a foreign land, staying alert is wise. She decided to spill the tea to her travel buddy. But her friend was thrilled, saying, "This is a chance. Maybe your meeting was written in the stars." In fact, the reason they came to this little country called Karbonia was because Annie had just gotten dumped. After the wedding plan failed, they travelled to distract themselves, unaware their fates would change. The man who agreed to meet Annie at the fountain at 8:30 was actually the local prince. The future airtime flew to evening, and after her friend's persistent nudging, Annie finally showed up at the meeting place. But as the clock struck 8, there was still no sign of the man. Just as they were about to leave, "Hey, so glad you could make it." And Jack, "Hi, I'm Sarah Payne, I promise I'm safe." They all laughed, confirming he wasn't a bad guy, and the friend cleverly invented a house fire to give them some alone time. With Jack's humour guiding the conversation, the atmosphere was far from awkward, and Anna's tension melted away. Soon, they arrived at the cafe, and the server almost dropped to his knees when he saw Jack. But the prince gave him a look that said not today, and treated them like ordinary guests. They snagged a cozy corner. Jack's humour and conversational skills made Annie want to spill her guts. She shared her reasons for being there. She opened up about her regretful family and bright future prospects. As the listener, Jack chimed in with some of his thoughts too. However, in order to conceal her identity, she deliberately compared the royal family to a somewhat larger family business, since she certainly didn't want that kind of fame. Soon, it was time to part ways. Annie thought, "Oh, is it the moment of identity reveal? How do I handle this? Is it okay with you?" "Sure." Their eyes locked, and Annie felt a certain chemistry. It's getting late. Thanks for treating me to the coffee. It'll be off now." "No problem. Are you sticking around?" If this were the old her, she might have been blunt, but after spending a day with Jack, she found herself really liking this guy. Right, humorous, mysterious, approachable. Jack fits her criteria. So, when faced with another invitation from the other party, she jumped right in without hesitation. When the prince returned to the palace, his mother was already waiting on his path back to his room. By his expression, it was clear he wasn't in a good mood. Unlike other royals, Jack wasn't impressed with his power and prestige. Instead, he longed for a commoner's life, often sneaking out on his motorcycle. His mother used to turn a blind eye to this behavior, but 3 months ago, the old king passed away, and Jack, the soon-to-be king, started facing more responsibilities. His freedom of action became limited. He was late today because he just had to deal with guests at a party. But before the party ended, he snuck out again, returning home late at night. After taking some heat from Mom, Jack returned to his room much like a dog that got scolded. Next morning, a knock on the door disrupted Annie and her friend's slumber, revealing a waiter wheeling in an extravagant dessert. "I didn't order this." "Neither did I." "But this is my room," Annie hesitated, taking the letter with curiosity. She called the butler in, while her nosy friend hoped to uncover more secrets, but ended up with a good breakfast instead. "Tell Henrik about me. He'll message me. Adrian." She locked eyes with her friend, then turned to the waiter, trying to fish for Jack's identity and job.